be muted for a little bit.
Frick you, Peter.
Frick you, Trevor.
Shut up, you scrub.
The dynamic here. I love it. All right. So, last time.
Did you just call me adopted? Your mom's adopted.
What is happening? Hello and welcome to Audio Adventures. This is a D&D 5th edition podcast that is made by friends, with friends, and for friends. And if you clicked on us, buckle up. It's going to be a crazy magic carpet ride for you and me. This podcast is used by my nerdy friends and I to escape our lives for a time and act out some pretty ridiculous scenarios. And we are so glad to have you here. A couple things before we start. Our group loves the rule of cool, so I'm sure we will get rules wrong. So if we do, please feel free to tell us in a kind fashion down in the comments. Also, if you want to contribute to the fantastical world of Seblos where this campaign takes place, please make a comment and you may be seeing that kobold cleric in the very near future, along with your name in the show as well. Now, please grab a seat and some popcorn, and let's meet our Wandering Vanguard. Audio Adventures is a D&D 5th edition homebrewed podcast and may deal with triggering themes at times. Viewer discretion is advised. Trigger warnings can be found in the description.
Previously on the Wandering Vanguard.
Our party is exploring around the city of Astrazelia, which resides in the Feywild, trying to find the missing party member, Ekman. All the while getting magical items, getting items enchanted, doing research on just what soul knives are, and who the Darrow family really is. The party witnessed the exponential growth of their adopted kid, Virgil, through his sudden ability to grow back Tavis's missing arm, and his sudden expertise in magic in general, which caused concern within the party. Viewing this as a problem, Redguest commissioned Tibril, and they came up with a plan to have Virgil, quote-unquote, sugar rushed, so that Tibril can check up on his souls. Through all of this craziness, the party discovers that Redguest is actually sent to kill them. They end up deciding to keep Redguest with them. After all, keep your enemies closer. As our party returns to Soldek's hospitality, suddenly, this happens. A knife had been thrown at Tavis's head and just very barely missed.
I immediately walked to my room.
I'm gonna tap Tavis on the shoulder. Good luck. How do you want your funeral to look?
Can I help you?
You're saying towards Vizaria?
Yeah.
You can see a very, very fuming Vizaria standing in the door of the kitchen, and all she does is hold up her hand and motion for you to come into the kitchen.
I
Good luck.
take the... I don't know what I need the luck for, but thank you. I take the cleaver from the wall, or the knife from the wall, and I go to the kitchen.
You are followed inside by Vizaria, who doesn't look at the rest of the party, and the door closes. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna look over to Tomb. It's like, do you think he's all right in there?
I nod.
Well, let's hope so. I'm gonna head up to my room. I'm gonna go send a message real quick and then figure out what the rest of the day is gonna hold. Or it's nighttime now, right?
Yeah, it's gotten to the latter part of the day.
So I guess we got a little bit more day to figure out what we gotta do. What we're gonna do.
Should we give Virgil his sobrias? Or should we wait?
Yeah.
Virgil looks up and gasps. What is it?
Why don't we take him up to the room first before?
Yeah. Come on, small child, to our room.
I mean, that's not my name, but okay.
And I'm gonna follow Red Guest up there with Virgil.
All of you walk up the steps with Virgil in tow.
Oh, Emma, you missed the plan. We're gonna put Virgil into a sugar coma.
Okay.
So now you're caught up.
Okay.
Amazing. All right, all of you go upstairs, leaving Tavis with a fuming Visaria, and we cut back inside of the kitchen to a very bustling and brewing kitchen as she is making the food for the nighttime special.
I hand her the knife, and I say, I think you dropped this.
She takes it back with a sort of like white knuckling the handle. Yes, I dropped it at a very fast speed towards you.
Should
What?
be a bit more careful.
Oh, I should be more
But,
careful. I should be more careful, Tavis.
I mean, dropping it at such a high speed.
I threw it at you.
I know, but I was trying to lighten the mood. What is it you needed?
You told your friends to order the hardest thing on the menu?
Well,
For what purpose? Is this some sort of sick joke to make my life harder?
Out of character. I'm gonna lie to her.
Okay.
Okay, first I'm gonna do the lie, then I'll roll, but... Well, you see, I was actually talking to, I'm going to assume it was Nyx who ordered what it was? I don't know what the others ordered, or if they ordered it, but Nyx was telling me about the thing that he ordered. I forgot what it was called, but I know that when he was talking about it, that I recommended it to him. However, I didn't think that it was quite that difficult to make. You see, he wanted to try it again, and I said, well, why don't you just order it again? And I guess he did. I didn't know that he was going to do that.
Her eyebrow raises. Go ahead and roll deception.
So, 12?
12?
Yeah.
She rolls her eyes. Yes, I'm sure that you just recommended it, and just telling him to order the everything special is great. No, it's not hard to make. It's just every single fancy thing we have on the menu that doesn't cooperate with each other whatsoever, and it's just a new meal for every part of it. It's a huge platter. Yes, just so easy.
Well, I'm sorry that happened, but I have some news. Some very good news.
Yes, what is it?
One could say that everyone could say it's good news, but, well, when I went to go find, when I went to go to get the receipt, after I couldn't find it, I, was talking to, the people at Scrynet, and one of the people, or businesses, dropped out of the primetime spot, so I decided to, buy that one instead.
A prime time?
Yeah. For the advertisement?
Oh yeah, you did say you got a smaller slot. Those are expensive.
I mean, I had a little extra cash on me, and I just thought, well, why not, get my sister a little gift?
I mean, the advert really isn't a gift to me, but I get the sentiment.
Yes. But, I also got your books, and, I found a couple extra flyers under my bed, and I went and hung them around a couple other spots, so...
As you keep talking, her tight face kind of like softens, because it's quite clear that she didn't think that you did much of anything after the last time you talked.
Okay.
But as you like hand her like the physical representation of what she asked for, like sort of like her love language is obviously acts of service.
Yeah.
That sort of deal. So as you like hand her the stuff and explain like where you like put it up around town, her face kind of like goes from like the hard, angry edges and raised eyebrow to like the sort of look. And she opens it. Oh, you did get them.
Yeah.
And she kind of sighs a little bit and looks around. Look, I'm sorry. Every day is just the same thing with no help. And it just seems like we're getting more popular without mother and father just giving any help. So I'm sorry that I took it out on you.
No worries. You do a lot around here.
Yeah, I do everything.
It wouldn't be too much trouble to come and help around a little.
Oh, you want to help more? Oh, I would love that. Okay, so while you're in here, can you help me with this dinner rush?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. And she puts her books carefully off to the side as she inspects them, looking at them, and it looks like you got the correct books.
Yeah.
And you, help her with the dinner rush. Can you roll an intelligence check?
My best modifier. +1.
+1?
18.
Very nice. So sort of you, as a family as huge as you've come from, you have to have some sort of like way around the kitchen as you've been. You kind of fall into sort of like the old pattern of handing her a spoon when she needs it, going to find the salt, chopping up some more vegetables, and the dinner rush passes quickly with the two of you in the kitchen. You can kind of see what she's talking about with the amount of food that everyone orders and the complexity of some of it and the minimalism, sort of all of it. So you can kind of see what she means when there's another pair of hands in the kitchen, how this goes by so much faster, and the dinner rush goes by quicker than it ever really has. And you can see that she's visibly happier.
Well, I'm a little bit beat. I think I'm gonna head off to my room for the night.
And she looks up, kind of wiping her forehead with the back of her hand. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the books. It looks like I can learn a little bit more about the marketing aspect, and since you helped, I have a little bit more time to read. So, good night.
It was no trouble. Good night. And I walk out of the kitchen.
And you can hear the the book binding creak and snap as she opens the book all the way for the first time. And the pages rustle as she starts to read, sitting on a counter. And you head back upstairs. We'll cut to Tibril. And Tomb, did you go with Tibril?
Yeah.
And Redguest with so the big group going upstairs with Virgil and a large sort of bakery box. You go all the way up to your room, Tibril?
No, I'm gonna stop down with Virgil and Redguest first.
Okay, so you're going to that room. Gotcha.
See if we can get Virgil into a sugar coma before bed.
All right. All of you kind of parade Virgil up, and he's kind of just like excitedly skipping up the stairs, and you open up the door. Beliana and Thelry are not in the room as you enter. So you have the room to yourself.
Okay, Virgil, no, sit on the bed.
Okay. And he sits. Do you want me to sit on my bed or a low bed?
A low bed.
Okay. And he goes and sits on Beliana's bed.
Okay, now, close your eyes.
Okay. He's kind of wiggling as he has his hands over his eyes.
And out of the bag, I take out both sugar bombs and put them in his hands.
You take his hands and put them away from his eyes, and you put like these massive grapefruit-sized caramel
Balls of sugar?
sugary bombs. Yeah, it's caramel like in the middle with the sugar encrusted outside into his hands. And he like opens it and he's like, his eyes are almost as big as the grapefruit-sized sugar bombs in his hands.
You cannot find these anywhere else. Sugar bombs.
And you got these for me?
Of course.
Who else would we get these for?
Ruffle his hair a bit.
Nice. It's so nice. Well, this is a lot, so let's share.
Thank you. I'm good though.
I'm also full. I ate a bit on the way back.
Oh, well, we can share it later. And he puts one off to the side and starts digging into one in his hand.
While he does that, I'm just going to find a place to sit, and I'm going to. Oh, guys, I'm going to send a message to Ekman to check in on him.
All right.
So, just be prepared for glowing. So I'm gonna close my eyes and do my little sending spell for 4 focus points. Sending it to Ekman, just asking, it's like, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing all right? We are on a trail to find you.
You, after a couple moments, you hear Ekman's voice reply, 2 words, and it just is, sounds good.
I'm going to take the pan flute out and start playing a lullaby.
I'm just gonna sit by the door.
If you want to, roll an insight check, Timroll.
I will roll an insight check. What is insight? It's wisdom? Oh boy. You know what? We're gonna roll the metal dice for the first roll today.
Hey.
I am glad I did that. 24?
You can clearly tell he was with someone, and he was working it into the conversation, or a conversation he was having with them.
Okay.
He sounded restrained, and that he couldn't say anything else.
Alrighty. I'm gonna wait a while. I'm gonna wait. I'm just like, okay. Well, someone's with Ekman at the moment, so I'm gonna try again later. But he's still alive, so that's good.
That's good.
And you can see Virgil has demolished the sugar bomb. Caramels everywhere, sort of like the young kid like can't control where everything goes. It's just kind of like everywhere, all over him, and all over his hands. And the flute, is definitely making his eyelids start to sort of droop. And he finishes it and looks over. Thanks, guys. And he just kind of falls back on the bed.
That worked a lot better than I thought it would.
He failed
Honestly.
his con save.
Yes.
I figured he'd have a little bit of more of a burst of energy than that.
So now we can go inside his head?
Theoretically. I can give it a try. So I'm going to shimmy or work my way over to the bed Virgil's on, and I'm going to he's like laying down on his back, and I'm going to put his head on my lap.
Yeah, his head is your make a sleight of hand to see if you can get him over there without jostling him.
17.
Yeah, easily enough. You get his head on your lap. Some caramel all over you now, but can clean it up later.
Can you take me with you?
I can only connect to one person at a time.
Okay.
Honestly, I honestly wish I could bring people in here to see what I see, because some of this stuff is just so crazy. Being able to talk to people like this, but let's see what even happens when I connect to him.
All right. Well, I'll watch you two, and Toom will watch me.
I'm going to basically put my hands like just above Virgil's head, and it's basically you're gonna see like silver glow pour from my hands into his mind, and I'm going to try to connect with him how I did that one day.
All right. What is your main sort of modifier that you use?
For that, or just in general?
Is it wisdom, like just like the main one that
Intelligence.
sort of like intelligence? Make an intelligence check for me.
22.
So you connect, and Red Guest, you see sort of like a pulse, like a doom, of energy around Tibril, and it envelops him, and then where his hands are touching the temples and wherever on Virgil, you see it glow silver, and his head starts to glow as well. And Tibril, you close your eyes and start your venture into Virgil. You feel a very sharp resistance, but with how much you do this, you evade it and continue your drifting way through into Virgil's souls. And you see Virgil's soul, similar to before, nice, maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe he has done some growth, as a human, as a person. But it looks normal. And you look off.
What color is his soul?
I can't remember what I said before. I think I said it was sort of a pale blue color.
Pale blue?
It has a tinge of green on the outside.
Makes sense with the druid.
Yeah. So it's
Cool.
like not like necrotic, it's definitely sort of like vine leaf color, like nature. Cool. So that's normal. That's like he's a sort of like a prodigy little boy with magic. It makes sense with you. You look over, sort of in this black expanse of his soul. You look over, pan over to the right, and you just completely different energy. This large black and red sphere is pulsing, dum, 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 every so often, and the sound is just kind of going off into this distance, dum, 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 and it's just floating off to the right, up and down.
Is there anything like notable like shapes it's making? Is it just a sphere floating around, or is it just like a big like an energy cloud?
Roll I'll either say investigation or perception check.
I'm just rolling hot today. So investigation, 24.
Yeah. You see sort of like every so often, sort of like when the large energy ball off to the right interacts with what you assume is Virgil's soul off to the left, there's just like a spark and a conflict. Sort of like a zap, zap, zap every time. And
Like Virgil's soul is fighting it off or something?
it just seems that there is a conflict. You can't tell if he's fighting it off or if he's holding his ground.
Okay.
And with your investigation check from before, it looks like this has gotten bigger from the last time.
Well, that's not good.
Dum, dum. Dum, dum.
I'm gonna work my way over to Virgil's soul. The
Okay.
littler of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil, can you hear me?
You kind of like poke in and kind of like shivers it, like it didn't notice you, sort of like it was in a dream. And you hear Virgil's voice, like ethereal. Deborah?
Hello. Are you okay? Are you all right in there?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
I was just curious if you noticed the big red thing over there.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Fair enough. All right, I'll let you get back to your dream.
Is there any way I can help? Help.
Not at the moment. You just get some rest. You had a lot of sugar.
Oh, okay.
So, big, red and black, glowy orb thing, and little Virgil soul seems to be clashing, like sparks flying.
Every time you see sort of like the wisp clouds of each soul sort of like come together, it's sort of like
I guess I'm gonna carefully work my way towards the other soul.
okay.
I'm just gonna say, who are you? Whose soul is this that I'm speaking to?
There's a couple seconds. Couple seconds more. Kind of feel like you can't see it's. If it had eyes, you could kind of feel like it assessing you silently. Who are you?
I'm a friend of Virgil's. My name's Tibril. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
You.
need to know my name. What is your purpose here? A third soul is making this rather cramped.
Well, Virgil's just growing at an alarming rate, so we wanted to come in and check in on him. And
He's
then
fine.
can you explain to me the sudden growth spurts he's been going through?
It's me.
May I ask why you're doing this?
It's not necessarily of my own doing. I didn't really have a choice.
What do you mean?
Make a persuasion check. Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Persuasion? 9.
I mean what I mean.
Do you
The
mean...
boy is fine.
You sure you cannot tell me your name?
I can do whatever I wish besides leave.
How long have you been, in Virgil like this?
However long he started growing.
Interesting. Alright, doesn't sound like there's any way to make you leave. It sounds like you might want to a little bit. So, I will let...
I don't necessarily want. It's different here. I sort of like it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's different about here?
Everything. The container size. The flex, the pull. The eyes.
Where were you before?
Different container.
Was it another person or another thing?
My, you have a lot of questions.
Sorry, that's the book nerd of me. I like to know what's going on.
It would seem so.
Where, what was it that you were in, before this?
You already asked that.
You didn't answer me.
I don't need to. You're his friend,
I am.
not his keeper.
Well, it doesn't look like, or sound like I'm gonna get too much more information out of you. Just, please don't hurt Virgil.
Make a persuasion check.
$19?
The orb sort of drifts a little bit aimlessly back and forth. Almost sort of like it would be thinking. And then it finally answers.
Why would I hurt such an effective vessel?
We're just worried about him. This growth is not
I
natural.
told you, he's fine.
At this point, Tybrill's going to just kind of out of him. Out of Virgil.
And Redguest, as you saw this sort of all start to happen and coalesce, You see like the silver energy sort of like pulse as Tibril comes back and opens his eyes.
How did it go?
Well, there's something in there. For sure.
Something
wanna-
good? Something bad?
At the moment, it sounds neutral, but it does not look good.
Oh no.
I start
Ye-
writing my notebook a little bit, and I get up and walk over to you. And it says, like, what was in me?
No, you're not like that. Yours was. It seemed more chaotic than this one. Yours did. This one, it seems more methodical and very adamant about something.
I nod.
I don't know what he called Virgil his vessel, and he is the one causing him to grow. But it doesn't sound like he can leave, which is quite the problem. And it sounds like he doesn't want to leave. At this point, Tibble just gonna start rubbing Virgil's hair, just kind of like while he's laying on his lap, kind of just like petting his head.
Virgil kind of like shifts a little bit, like makes a little sound.
There's a lot about this kid we don't know. There's a lot of things going on in that soul of his that I don't even think he knows.
What is your passive perception, Tibril?
Passive 15.
You notice around his neck a necklace. Silver, several sort of what looks to be stars at the end of it. Just one large one and two other ones surrounding it. A big diamond in the middle of the big one, and a small diamond in the middle of the two small ones, just kind of surrounding it around Virgil's neck. You remember for as long as you've known him, he's had this necklace on.
Do I see this with my passive perception?
If it is it a above a 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
19.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
definitely.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Yeah.
Cool. I gotta remember what expertise does.
I'm gonna go back in my notes all the way to the beginning of the campaign. 1 second.
18 plus 15. So that'd be 33 Arcana.
You sense a magical presence from this. You said 33?
33.
Okay. Sorry. My notes from all the way in the beginning of the campaign are all over the place. Don't mind me.
This is like it's no big deal. I only rolled a 15. Come on, guys.
Only a 15?
I know.
33! Man. You look down. You can sense a magical aura that you can tell with your 33. It used to be immense, and it has been reduced greatly.
Is it the same one that's inside him?
It has a very familiar magic.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. So, with my 33, would I know if taking it off would be a bad idea?
Even with the 33, you have no idea.
Well, I think I found our culprit.
What is it?
That his necklace, it so much like the feeling I had, or the being I found inside of him, and the being inside of him mentioned a smaller, more space.
Tomb, you'd be the one to remember anything about this because Tibril was gone when you guys were on the mountains right after you guys almost got turned into slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll a history check with advantage?
Ooh. Okay, that's better. 18.
You remember Nina, the fire ganassi, and Perthy finding a necklace in a unknown bag, back in that forgotten temple, back in the mountain behind Zoomwell. And they gave it to Virgil because it seemed like a good omen, like a protection. Oh no!
I relay all that information to you guys.
Tomb screeches.
Okay. It's not. I don't think it's safe to take off. We shouldn't try to remove this thing. I don't want to take the chance that this thing gets full control of it, even if it means leaving this necklace on him. How long has he been wearing it?
Sam?
As long as you've known him, essentially, you guys adopted him, and
How
the
long
underside
has it
city
been
of Zapin.
in-game time?
That's
In
true.
meantime, so right after you got him, it was 3 months, and then it was a 3-month time skip with a month at sea, and then several weeks. So it's been you guys have probably been together about a half a year.
Oh gosh, time only moves at half speed in game. Oh,
4 months
my
and it'll be
God.
Rin's birthday.
Do what?
6 more months and it'll be Rin's birthday.
oh yeah. No, Rin ages
Yep.
twice as fast.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
Next time you see me, he's 40 years old.
Wow, that'll be a lot.
Hello, Sunny.
Well, this is going to be something we're probably going to have to deal with later.
Yup. Oh! Tomb starts writing frantically in his notebook.
Best
Hey,
part
Tom.
is, we can blame Ina and Perthy, neither of which are here anymore.
It's true.
I mean, Raoul's here, but Perthy isn't.
True.
It's true.
I'm going to make a psionic link with Tomb. What's up?
Woo! Sorry. That's not what I wanted to say.
Woo! Our friend is possessed.
Do you think Lord Duvice could take care of it?
There's a good possibility. Or at least he might know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can send him a message and see what he thinks to do. What he recommends.
I think that'd be a good idea.
All right, guys. I'm gonna send another message. I'm gonna just give Peter a minute to write down to make sure he doesn't go over 25 words.
That's okay. You're giving DM a second to get an eyelash out of her eye.
Lord.
I realized, Peter, that you're probably almost done writing,
Mm-hmm.
but if you have extra words,
Yeah.
could you ask him if there's anything strange going on in the outside world right now? Not in those exact words, but
I don't think I'll have enough. I have 5 more letters or 5 more words.
Wait.
How is
Are you
the world
pooping?
doing?
Yeah. How is
Well, I need
the
to.
world doing?
I need to figure out like what he would recommend to do. So right now I said Lord Duvice. Our friend Virgil seems to have another being inside him. It was in a necklace given to him. What ideas do you have?
Take out Virgil and just say our friend.
That gives me 1 more word.
Do you have 3 words? Is that what you said?
No, this after the what ideas do you have, that'll be 25.
Oh. Oh, so you could add in like an I love you to him or something.
What if you just narrow the question down to what do you suggest?
What
Or
do
like-
you suggest? That's down 1 letter. I think I like to think that me and you are both sitting around a book trying to figure out the message that we're gonna send. Me, you, and Red Guest, we're all like sitting around trying to figure out the message.
I just want to know what's happening out there.
I have another send. I can send it to somebody else. But just FYI, it's going to my mom.
Okay. Oh, then could you ask her?
I'll ask her if
Ask
she.
her about Virgil.
No,
She'll
no.
know.
Not about
No.
Virgil.
Ask her about if the world is in chaos or not.
Hey, you never know. She might actually know.
I can ask her about what's happening out in the world. Okay.
Ask her if she knows how to make people unpossessed.
On what?
Unpossessed.
Ah, okay.
What?
I mean, if anybody could do it, my mom could beat it out with a chocolate.
Let's ask Volern, the priestess of Melora.
I don't think I met. Did I meet her? I don't think so.
Oh no, the
NPC. Just like her name's Volern.
Blurring. Message time.
See what he said.
Alrighty. I'm gonna cast sending again. You guys see like the silver pulsing thing coming out of my body.
Wow,
And I say, Lord Duvice, our friend Virgil seems to have another being inside him. It was in a necklace given to him. What ideas do you have?
There is a reply a couple seconds later. Oh my. That seems to be a bad deal. Seems like he donned a cursed necklace. I would probably get curse removed off of it.
Okay, we have an idea.
Who removed the curse from my ring that Red Guest purposely gave me?
Whoa, hold on. No, throwing around screeches like that.
Also, too bad that we don't have Vez's half dragon friend.
Oh yeah.
Because Vez's half dragon friend had removed curse.
Hey guys, you want to know something?
Do you have it?
No, and I will in 2 levels.
Sucks to suck.
He's on the edge of remove curse.
Alrighty now.
I have no clue if I can get it. All I know is my computer's gonna take another like 10 years because it's at 6% up.
Aw, man.
How old is
I'm
your
sorry.
computer, Trevor?
I bought it last year.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be doing that.
No, it's just really bad because I bought it for like $150.
Oh, Trevor.
That was a deal.
Trevor.
It's literally just for doing like English homework.
That's fair.
That's it.
Well, so Lord Duvice said remove curse might work.
Okay. Oh wait, I can't talk. Never mind. I just nod.
All right. So we go to the guy who helped get that ring off I accidentally put on Tomb.
Uh-huh. He
See,
screeches.
Tomb's nodding.
Ah! No.
No, wait a minute.
No, you hear a screech.
Roll deception.
Oh.
Just for fun. 24.
Oh my gosh.
You were
You guys
forced
want
to
to roll
believe.
insight?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna do
He
it.
seems above level.
I'm Red Guest. You could trust me. We're
He's
friends.
I already know he did it on purpose.
Darn it, I rolled a 3.
Emma, he seems sorrowful. He placed that ring on your finger.
No.
All
Oh my
right.
goodness.
What else he did?
Well, let's let the boys sleep. Let's let the boys sleep. I'm going to go to bed. We got a big day coming up, and I want to get ready for it.
I'm gonna go to the flower shop to get my cherry blossoms watered.
And I'll
They're
wait here.
probably parched. Yeah,
Wait,
that's pretty much.
I'm going to see. Would Tomb tell me that that's where he's going, or would he just go? Do you? Because Timber was wondering if you need
tell
help.
you.
Would you need assistance?
I nod.
Alrighty. I'm going with Tomb on an adventure.
Cool.
A couple of bros.
We're going on an adventure.
Guys, head out. They leave the room, Red Guest.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to the break and announcement portion of our show. We are excited to announce that we have an Etsy store. We already have a couple items up there for you all to peruse and take a look at. You can find our Etsy shop when you search Audio Adventures, a shop made by friends, with friends, and for friends. Check it out, y'all. I triple dog dare you. Speaking of triple dog dares, we dare you to share this show and talk about it with your friends, to hit that like button, and oh god, please don't hit that big red subscribe button! Oh no! For realsies though, we would be super pumped if you did that. We are super happy to come back every week to make just a little more magic in this crazy world. Our crazy cast is also out there doing some really cool stuff. Here's where you can find some of us. Raul, our resident Red Guest, also has a YouTube channel, and he is super funny, y'all. You can find him at TBK Rocks, spelled TBKROX. If you want to message me, you can find me on Twitter at SamCVA. There will be links in the description, so please feel free to head on over to those sites. I would love to answer questions, hear ideas for NPCs, or talk about D&D or TTRPGs in general. But be warned, if you're gonna talk smack or anything trashy like that, you will be blocked. If any of you are just now joining our campaign and are confused about just what the heck is happening, please feel free to go to our campaign recap. There you will hear a breakdown on just what the campaign was before we started recording, who the characters are, and get to know our players just a bit as well. That's it for now. Enjoy the rest of the adventure.
And we'll cut over to Nyx. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'm fairly sure I made a list of something that I need. But, as we all know right now, my laptop hates me. So,
Yeah.
what time is it in game?
It's getting pretty much towards bedtime, but you have time to do some other stuff. It's not too late, but it's getting there.
I would like to take a short rest, and then once I'm done with my short rest, I would like to chant something, an infusion. I just don't know what yet, because I don't know what I have on me.
That's fair. You have a lot of stuff, and you just bought a lot of it.
Alright, I'm looking at what I can use, right? Like, the types.
I believe the last session you did... Okay, yeah, you did like a +1 to make your gun a +2.
Yeah, because I found something that I would like to but
For later purposes, can one of you roll a d6 for me?
alright,
I will.
Cool.
I'm going to make myself a pair of boots of the winding path.
Ooh.
They're a
Very
pair of boots
nice.
that require attunement. But what they do is, while wearing these boots, a creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see. Creature must have occupied that space at some point during the certain turn.
Okay, very nice.
Sorry, during the current. So basically, I could run up and teleport back if I wanted to.
That's really cool, dude. Yeah. How many infusions do you have right now? Like, occupied? Do you have...
I have 5 occupied.
Do you have 6?
I have 8.
8. Okay, cool. Yeah, you definitely... Yeah, you start working on those boots, enchanting them.
Alright. That's to do. And after I make them, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Very nice. Alright, so I believe... Red Guest, did you have anything else you wanted to do?
No, I was just gonna wait there till Beliana got back and tell her, oh, you know, Virgil's out. If you want, you can sleep in my bed and blah blah.
Alright, Beliana and Thori aren't quite back yet. It's getting a little bit later. It's a little weird that they're not back yet, but, not too worried.
I'll fall asleep, like, leaning on the bed from the floor.
Cool.
Roll to sleep.
Tavis, you make your way back to your room. Getting pretty late. Is there anything else you want to do right before bed?
Nah, I'll just go to bed.
Cool. So Tibril and Tomb make their way towards the crystal vase. Or the crystal petal, I mean. Which Feynera Soldect runs. She is there. Working on some more like salve, some cream, some dustings of crunched up herbs and petals and other things like that. As you enter, you can sniff the faint smell of sage burning like incense in the room, and you can see that she's just right behind the counter at this moment. She has a very like an over large yellow sweater on, and her hair braided off to the side. And she's just bent over. Right now it looks like she's writing something on a piece of parchment. Feynara looks up over at you two. Oh, hello!
And Timbril's gonna pop his head out from behind Tomb. Hello!
Oh. And you brought your friend this time. Very nice. Hello to both of you.
I wave. And then I point at my cherry blossoms.
Ah, yes. Well, as she picks up her hand, it starts to like aglow with a sort of yellow golden light that is newer to you, and she waves it up and back, and as she brings it forward, you see about 2 watering cans come back and just start going around Tomb like she's done this before, and she starts like wiggling her fingers in a somatic way, mumbling something under her breath, and you see that she is now watering with expertise in areas that Tomb can't reach, and just all around Tomb, and pretty quickly you see that Tomb is only wet in the places on like the wood parts. It seems that she didn't get any of the metal parts wet, but she finishes, and the watering cans go back into the back room, and she looks up and folds her hands and puts her chin on her hands and smiles.
Wow. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
May I ask, what kind of magic was that?
Oh, that is sort of it's sort of a mixture of I was born with it and taught it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it was amazing to watch.
Thank you. It pleasures me that Tomb has come and distracted me on these Oh, so, just regular nights. So,
Wait, Toom, you come here regularly?
I look at Tibble and I nod.
You come to the flower shop without me? Wow.
I like lower my head and like, I'm sorry.
It's okay too. It's all good.
well,
Just
Tipple, you
being-
could have come here as well. You didn't need to be shackled to someone to come visit me.
I know. I just didn't. A lot of things have been happening the past few days, so it's been,
Oh, do you want to talk about it? It seems that I can see with how your fur in your brow, you're a little worried.
it's just a lot, right? The past few days, been
Well,
crazy.
I poke Tibble. Peter!
Well,
All right, wait. I start writing in my notebook. I forgot. We're not psionically linked right now. And I
no,
write
it says
in it.
Peter.
And you're like, who's Peter? I write down, I say, do you think she would know how to, like, dispel a curse?
I mean, I can ask. Do you happen to know the spell Remove Curse?
ooh, that is an interesting thing to ask. I suppose in this town it's a little bit more normal than it should be to have to dispel curses.
That's not good.
Yes, it's not good. So I know sorts of plant sort of magic, if one would say. I work with nature to
I can tell. You got a beautiful shop here.
Thank you. As far as I can tell, my plants are happy. It's as far as they tell me. I can get sort of wards set up against curses happening. When curses sort of take root, it's a bit more of an aggressive form that I'm not really familiar with handling, but I suppose I could try my fair shot if you were needing of help.
We might have to take you up on that eventually, but at the moment, Virgil's asleep. So,
The little boy you came with?
yeah, he's not so little anymore, and we're afraid there's something going on.
Oh, that's not great.
Yeah, but he seems to be all right. If you didn't know, I don't know if I've told you this, but I am a soul knife. So I was able to basically walk alongside his soul to see what was happening on the inside. And it seems like someone is there with him that's cursed him. So we're trying to figure this out.
Soul knife. Haven't heard that in a while.
In a while. What do you mean?
Yes. Sort of old magic.
Old magic.
It's ancient, one would say. Even around the Feywild.
Well, I've only ever knew one other soul knife.
Interesting.
Who was my father, but
They sort of became extremely rare.
that would explain it. Why I haven't seen any others then.
Yeah, it's in the history of them is not widely taught. You only really know if you come from sort of a backwoods uprising here in the Feywild, at least.
Fair enough. I might have to pick your brain about what you know about them, because honestly, the only stuff I know is from my dad's journals and what he wrote.
Well, come and pick at my brain anytime. I'll have rose petal tea. And we can talk.
Fair enough. Oh, also, are you? I I noticed you're working on some without a better way to say it, some alchemic stuff, some salves and stuff.
Yes.
May I ask what you're working on?
Oh, these are sort of homemade remedies that are pretty effective, if I say myself. But they help with arthritis. They help with aging. Any other sort of issues one elf could get from being extremely old or being if you get healed by magic, sometimes things start to pop up after that.
Yeah.
I mostly sell flowers, healing. I can sell healing potions. I don't do a lot of them, but I do some of them.
Oh, would you happen to have any like heal well here?
Heal well. Let's see. I just ran out, unfortunately. I was just probably about to go on an expedition to Fate's Peak to get some more.
Fair enough. Like,
I start to write down in my notebook and I show her. And it says, would you need help? Oh, wait, words. Do you need someone to go with you?
Well, I mean, if I would always like the company. I'm a pretty seasoned adventurer. That's how me and Aurelius met. But I wouldn't turn down the company.
well, I'll definitely be down for helping. I used to work at an old apothecary back home. So this is
That's
like
amazing.
this is like being back in the old shop.
Well, I'm glad I can make you feel like you're at home.
I write down in my notebook. I ask her, when does she usually go? Or when does she plan to go? That's better.
It's a pretty large expedition. Probably about 2 weeks by foot or cart. I don't have a flying carpet, so that really makes things a tad slower. Plus, you have to get clearance to fly and all that other stuff. It's just easier to walk or ride. So it's probably about 2 weeks south to get to Fate's Peak. And I would probably want to leave. I don't have any orders for heal well or anything of the sort, so I probably could leave after a month.
Alrighty, well, if we're still in town during that time, I'd love to help. And if you need help, like brewing potions or creating any salves, I know my way around a apothecary.
Take you up on that offer. Us Soldex often work ourselves to death is our unfortunate family motto.
Oof.
I understand that one way too well. Many a long nights.
Yes, we just don't seem to know when to stop.
I understand that. My mom had to drag me away from work multiple times just to get some sleep.
She puts her hands up to her mouth, kind of like giving a small little whimsical chuckle. I often have to do that to Aurelius, and he has to do that to me. Our children all, besides Visaria, and, well, no, Tabas have come back. But they all left and have carved their own paths. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of them, but can I get a letter every so often? They're all working.
Yeah.
While they're talking, Toom is just pondering, like, what it means to have a family.
Man, you saying that I should check in on my mom and see how she's doing.
Yes, mothers tend to get quite worried. Whether or not we can check up on you is another story.
I'm honestly surprised she hasn't. I honestly surprised she hasn't figured out how to get in contact with me. You can't stop this woman.
Strong women. She sounds like a strong woman. There's sometimes even a limit to what can physically happen with someone.
Yeah.
So, if you can reach out, I would say send her a letter, send her a message. Maybe go to Scrynet. They still have those old offers from their other company, their sort of small company that they got from, that they can send messages for you still.
I might have to do that. Well, thank you for talking. It was nice to hang out here in your shop. It's almost therapeutic. You know?
I nod.
Feel free to come back. And you two too. You're always free to come back as well.
Sometime when we come back, I gotta show you how. I feel like you could make some pretty good potions. You seem like the one for it.
I kind of lift up my hands, and they're just these huge fingers, and I'm like, how do I do that?
Don't worry. Don't worry. If these tiny hands can do it, those hands can do it.
You can see that the globules of light start to float above her head and just kind of like circle around her, kind of just pulsing every so often with light. And she looks up. That's my alarm clock. I should probably wrap it up in a little bit.
Fair enough.
So,
well, thanks for talking.
I wave to her.
She waves back.
Good night.
Have a good night, you two. And if you need to talk, my ears are always open. After all, they're quite large.
I might take you up on that offer.
Not a problem.
Side note, did I summon Talon back?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
Talon's still poofed.
He's poofed. I'll probably go to the garden after this and summon him there.
Alright. So, all of you make your way back to Soldect and do your various, working on arcane items, waiting for people to come back to the room, and eventually Belliana and Thelery come back. Thelery, just for all of you in your mindscape, looks so much better. He still looks like he's recovering a little bit from his weeks and weeks at the Goliath camp, but it looks like he's walking around on his own. It looks like he was donated clothes by the Soldect family. So he's wearing better fitting clothes as well. He looks also in better spirits. His green insignia ring and flashes every so often as he just walks. But they go into their room, they call it a night, and all of you find rest after Tomb. You get back Talon, and everyone else goes to their room. If there's nothing else, you all find
I got one
your
more
restful sleep.
I'm sorry, I got one more message I want to send.
All right.
I'm going to send a message to my mom.
Okay.
Just saying, hey mom, how are you? Sorry I haven't sent a message in a while. I'm scared, Mom. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I hope you're doing well.
Okay. After a couple seconds, Diane answers. The last time you had a message from her, it didn't make you feel good whatsoever. She sounded weak. She sounded bad. The voice that comes through is kind of maybe probably have rebounded a little bit back into a semblance of health. But still not great. She shakily answers, Tibril, it's been months. Where are you? Why are you scared? You can come back anytime. It's getting bad out. And then it ends.
Well, that's the last of my focus points, so I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
All right, and all of you find some of you restful sleep, some of you you're tossing and turning, you're worried. But the night continues, and the next morning comes to be. And that was this episode of Audio Adventures. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and most of all, please share to get out the word so we can share our story with you and keep doing what we're doing. If you have an idea for an NPC, a shop, or even an encounter, please comment down below. You might be seeing any of those in the next session or maybe even the upcoming sessions. Again, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week. Please stay safe, everyone, and wear those seatbelts.